They have an extremely gory past. You have been repeatedly saying that the Sanatan faith or the Hindu religion needs to be eradicated. If you had said the same thing in an Islamic republic, one of the 57 countries, Muslim majority countries in the world, that you have come there to eradicate Islam, I tell you, the probability is that you would have been physically eradicated within 24 hours. But here in India, where 90% people in your state are Hindus, nobody will even pelt a stone at you, because this is Sanatan civilization. It is inclusive and not divisive. It is tolerant. When the divisions are not tolerated, unfriendly behaviors are shown towards them. When divisions are so intolerable, become so intolerable that it results in bloodshed, wars, battles, killing, exterminations. The most divisive religion in the world till date has been Christianity. How do you say that Sanatan civilization is divisive? Mr. Udayanidhi Stalin, greetings to you. You are a Christian, I've heard, and we have great respect for Christianity and Christians today because they are considered to be among the most civilized people in the world. They are also quite open-minded, open to criticism. However, they were not always so. They have an extremely gory past. You have been repeatedly saying that the Sanatan faith or the Hindu religion needs to be eradicated. If you had said the same thing in an Islamic republic, one of the 57 countries, Muslim majority countries in the world, that you have come there to eradicate Islam, I tell you, the probability is that you would have been physically eradicated within 24 hours. But here in India, where 90% people in your state are Hindus, nobody will even pelt a stone at you, because this is Sanatan civilization. It is inclusive and not divisive. It is tolerant. You say this 100 times, they will disagree with you. They will take out marches, show placards, but they will not kill you. They will not injure you. They will not harm you. Physically, I am saying, they have already harmed you by eradicating your party half from Tamil Nadu. So you are going to be eradicated soon. Don't worry about that, but not physically. Let me tell you about the history of both the Christian civilization and the Sanatan civilization. It would have been delightful to hear from you something which would show that you are aware of world history and the history of Christianity. Unfortunately, in India, no qualification is required to become a deputy chief minister or a chief minister. You may not know anything of the past, of the world history, and yet you can hold the highest political post, which seems to be the case with you too, I'm sorry to say. Now let me explain to you the meaning of divisiveness. The word is made from division. Divisions have to be tolerated. It is a natural way of life everywhere in the world. Every society is divided into compartments. Many religions, many sects, many political ideologies, many political parties. Nothing remarkable, nothing strange. This is division. But that division is to be found everywhere in the world in all periods of history. But when the divisions are not tolerated, unfriendly behaviors are shown towards them. When divisions are so intolerable, become so intolerable that it results in bloodshed, wars, battles, killing, exterminations, then it is told that the society is divisive, the faith is divisive, the religion is divisive. It does not tolerate divisions and differences. Now, if this is the meaning of divisiveness in the context of religions, then the most divisive religion in the world till date has been Christianity. Let me take you to the past, the medieval era. In the first half of the 11th century, the Christian world was divided into Western churches and the Eastern churches, and they did not tolerate each other. There were bloody wars among them. Christians were killing Christians. Not just intolerance, extreme intolerance. And so much so, you must be aware of the few important words of history of Christianity. The Great Schism, when there were three popes excommunicating each other. When there was a 30-year war. Then there were Crusades. Now, Christianity has shown two kinds of divisiveness. Extreme divisiveness. First of all, between its own sects. First between the Western churches and the Eastern churches, and then later between Catholics and Protestants. In both cases, the own sects of Christianity fought with each other. Bloody wars. Some of the accounts show that the roads became like drains of blood. And do you remember the casualties on which historians are in complete agreement? You can go and consult Britannica. I will tell you the number of executions. Then there were Inquisitions. Do you remember the most infamous Inquisition, the Spanish Inquisition, where 32,000 people were executed? 2,000 were burnt alive. Lakhs of women were executed in the name of religion. Isn't that true? Isn't that undisputed by your own historians? The encyclopedia produced by your own people. Then came the Catholic Protestant wars. In the Spanish Inquisition, the Christians were punishing the Jews and the Muslims. They were not just converting them, they were ensuring that they did not practice their faith at all after becoming Christians. They were being investigated for that, and then they were being executed for that, burned alive for that. Is that humane, Mr. Stalin? Is that not abominable, Mr. Stalin? Is that not divisiveness, Mr. Udayanidhi Stalin? According to the encyclopedia, 4 to 6 million people who were dead because of these internal wars between the sects of Christianity. And then comes the Protestant Catholic War, and then comes the Crusades, when the Christian armies across the continent marched, killed people, sometimes according to descriptions. The roads became like drains of blood, and the casualties in millions, not in just thousands. This was the world of Christianity before you became civilized. Can you give me any instance of any recorded massacres between the various sects of Hinduism? No, you won't be able to produce. There were Vaishnavas, Shaivas, Shaktas, Vedicists, Sikhs, Jains, Buddhists. No faith has ever had so many sects. I have named only a few of them. But any massacres, any violent wars between them? No. Can you find any crusades against Muslims or Christians or Buddhists? No. Can you produce any recorded incident of Buddhist massacres? No. There are people who try to claim that it happened, but show me the records. And go to the Encyclopedia Britannica, which dismisses such speculations. You have to have historical records for that. How do you say that Sanatan civilization is divisive? Yes, there has been caste differences, discrimination between the castes. Yes, that is true. But that is not the original thing that the Vedas preached or the Bhagavad Gita preaches. Two of the first order scriptures of Hinduism. They didn't preach these things. It was a historical evolution. And Sanatan's faith had the courage to enact laws to stop that. Within the last 8 decades or so, we have been able to overcome that difference substantially. And in the couple of next centuries, it will be gone, I tell you. And you show me the records of caste massacres, a few incidents here and there. But no massacres like that, which happened in Christianity or which happened in Islam. So, It's a comparative thing. A few incidents, sporadic incidents here and there, cannot define the character of a faith or a religion. India has been called a refuge of civilizations. Vivekananda in Chicago, USA, gave a good account of how the Parsis, the Jews fled and sought shelter in India, and they have flourished here without any persecution. In Pakistan, at the time of partition, there were more than 10% Hindus. Today they are around 2%. Where the others have gone? In India, the growth of Muslim population is unprecedented. So you can't blame Sanatan religion for divisiveness. Therefore, you should reconsider your opinion and try to eradicate ignorance from your own mind by studying history. That's the only advice I can give you. We, the Sanatanis, the Hindus, will not go and harm you physically. But I assure you, in the next elections, you might be totally wiped out if you don't change your stance and if you don't eradicate your ignorance. Harisharana.